What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Big Arie, and this is my new podcast, HeartGirl Unfiltered, where we talk about love, relationships, and everything in between. And of course, we keep everything unfiltered. And I'm here with my special guest today, Janaya.
Hi guys, I'm Janaya. I'm here with my girl, Big Arie.
And we about to just, get into some things today. And of course, we're at Lorna's in Miami Gardens, and we about to check out their food today and see what it's like. Okay.
Oh, that
Okay.
look good.
So you want to do like a little taste test at first, just to see?
Yeah.
Let's see what it's all about. It
No,
look
I want
good.
to eat my
It smell
food.
good. Like the presentation, of course. Let's see. I'm not really a fish eater, but it tastes good. I definitely give this a 10 out of 10. So I don't got no complaints. How your food taste?
It tastes good. The oxtail, I ain't get to taste the oxtail yet, but the juice tastes so good.
Okay. So Lorna's is pretty good. I don't have no complaints. I could say the ambiance is nice. Everything is nice. The staff is very helpful and professional. And we appreciate them for sponsoring this episode of Heart Girl Unfiltered.
And if y'all come by here, ask for the very best waiter. His name is Grille. Top
Shout out
tier
to
service.
Girl.
Make sure y'all ask him. Girl, I don't know. I might not be ready for the smoke.
No, we can get into some things. I'm gonna keep it cute.
Okay.
But I don't know. For those, a lot of people don't know that me and you, we knew each other for a real long time. Like I kind of like watched you grow up a little bit, and like I love to see it. Like how you growing up. I mean, you just grew up into such a beautiful young woman, and I just really love that. Like, I'm happy to see that.
Thank you, and same for you. I'm happy to see everything you're doing. You're pushing forward for. You're accomplishing. It just,
Aw, thank you.
I love to see my girls doing their thing.
Of course, it's always good to see like your friends following their dreams and pursuing their goals and different things like that.
Yeah.
For the longest time, like growing up, your name always been in the social media. Like one thing about Janaya, like your name is in people's mouths. Like, how you feel about that? Like when it comes to social media and people always watching you and things that you do, like how you feel about that?
I don't really worry about it. Most of the time, I just do me. Like, I don't mean for my name to be big or stuff to be said about me. I actually hate being talked about in a negative light, but I got to the point in my life when I hear people say things about me, when there's stuff on the internet floating around about me, I just pray for them people because those people don't know me. Like, to know me is to love me. So it's like, when I hear all this negative stuff about me, I just pray for those people and be like, God be with them because they don't know me. So I don't take it personal. I know that's what the internet is all about.
Yeah, people have opinions.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everybody got one.
everybody got opinions. I mean,
I can never get mad.
when it comes to that too, like with me,
But so how do you feel? You've been in this limelight for a while, like you've had your public moments and everything like that. How do you feel like about me?
at first it used to really bother me, like to see people say things about me, because it's like that's not true, or like you feel like you need to defend yourself, and I just learned, like, again, this the internet, this is what it made for. People are here to have their opinions and say what they gotta say, and a lot of times it's like if people are not talking about you, then you're not doing something right. Like if people not talking about you, then then you should be worried. Then I'm more worried when people are not talking, and I learned to stay out the comments, don't really pay attention to that. I kind of like stay to myself for the most part.
Yeah,
so
you do.
I don't really feed too much into the drama of what people really have going on. I try to stay to myself.
It's all about being humble on the rise. So it's just like
I'm
it'd be like
when it
that.
comes to being humble, I think that's the way to win. Like
Yeah.
just always staying humble. The humble don't stumble.
Yeah, like you can't go back and forth with every comment. You see everything that's said that's negative about you. It's like you're gonna be fighting with the real. It's just like, all right,
course.
y'all got that.
You let them have that. We gonna let y'all have that. We ain't finna get out too much. Okay, so speaking on that, when it comes to people being in your business, social media, I feel like what's one of the biggest misconceptions about you?
I feel like people feel like I think I'm better than everybody. I think my shit don't stink. I think I'm just on top of the world, and I don't. I feel like I'm very humble. I'm very sweet. I feel like I'm a ball of sunshine. Like, to know me is to love me. Like, I'm a very fun person, optimistic. Like, I don't feel like you won't come around me and you're gonna be like, ugh, this hoe be acting stank. Like, and I feel like that's what I give people. I don't know, from my internet, like, that's what people feel and think about me, and it's not true.
I feel like a lot of that is like projection, like how people feel about themselves. And I can say I'm happy that you were able to do the first episode with me. I wanted to do it with somebody that actually knows me and somebody that I know or whatever. And I think that you're very humble. I feel like you could pop in more, but you don't. And I love that you stay humble, and I love that you know, you don't gotta show everything. You don't show a lot of things, and you be like, oh, I did this. And I be like, oh, like I didn't even know. Like, so I think people probably do think that you, or you know, I hear things, or you see the things that people say, and I'm like, wow, she ain't even like that for real. So,
And then what I don't like, something that I really don't like, is when people try to put me up against someone. Like, don't do that. Like, I ain't gonna dim no other woman not like for me to shine. Like,
Right.
I don't gotta do that ever. So I don't like when people do stuff like that. But then again, I ain't feeding into it. They got that.
yeah, you gotta let them have that. Like, I think one of the biggest misconceptions about Me Too, and I really didn't know people felt this way. I think I had someone tell me, like, when they first met me, they didn't think that I was a girl's girl.
And I think you're the girliest girl.
Me too. I'm like, me not
Like,
a
you
girl's
so
girl.
positive, you so sweet, you so uplifting. Like, I never came around you and you just sat at a table and talk drama, or talk mess, or been into crazy like things, or
Yeah.
like, you always been a girl's girl. You want to do the girliest stuff. You want to like talk about, like, uplift the woman. Like,
Yeah.
say you can do this. Like,
Yeah.
Janaya, you want to call me on a random day? I'll be like, Ari, not today. Janaya,
I really
when
will
gonna
call
start
you.
this
I'll be like,
business?
Janaya, when you finna start a business, when you finna do this, I definitely
I'll be
do
like,
that.
Ari.
I definitely do that. And I think, you know, I feel like people feel that way probably because I am like a guarded person. I do stay to myself, like, and sometimes I'm really not, you know, that outgoing if I'm in a crowd or something like that. And that's just because I just try to protect myself, and I don't want to be into anything. So a lot of times I think people feel like, oh, she's not a girl's girl, when really, like, I love the girls. Like, I want the
You do.
girls
I
to,
agree.
I'm going to always try my best to, like, promote this person's business, bring up people's names, even when they're not in the room. Or, like, you know, if I have my friends, I'm always saying positive things about them. Like, you know, hold on, you don't, she ain't like that, or this person I like, you know, I'm always trying to, you know, uplift the girls. And so I think that's one thing when she did tell me that, I was like, wow. But the person, when they did finally get to meet me, she was like, you was the nicest person. I was so confused. So I was just like, okay. But I am working on, like, how people perceive me. And
I don't
want
think your
to,
perception is bad at all.
but I feel like by me being a person that's so
I feel like when
guarded
you walk into
sometimes,
a room, Ari, you are like bubbly. You have
I
this
am,
big
but I think
personality. Like,
sometimes I probably like just sit back. Like, sometimes I do. And it's not,
you might be in your mood.
yeah, it's not even a mood. It's just like, oh, if I don't know everybody here, or if, like, I don't, you know,
Yeah.
if I don't know everybody or whatever. And being that I'm a person, I'm an artist, and, you know, I do want to be in the public light or whatever. I do try to be more aware about
Right.
how I am perceived to other people. I do want people to, you know, I want to be
Have a
likable.
li-
It's important
right.
to be likable, especially in this profession. Like, I don't care to, like, kiss nobody's ass or nothing, but I definitely don't want people to get that, like, I'm not
Like, I don't
a
want to
nice
work with her.
person.
She a,
Right,
yeah,
like, she a bitch. That ain't
Right.
it. So I definitely want to work on that, or how people perceive me, because that's definitely not the case.
Yeah.
So
I get you on that one.
let's see. What else we want to get into? So, let's get into some different questions. You know, I ask questions in the Close Friends. I was like, what's some things that you think you want to hear? Podcast, different questions, like our opinions on stuff. You ready?
I think so.
First question.
Wait. If I don't want to answer a question, can I say skip?
No. We answering all the questions, okay? So, and again, keeping everything unfiltered. Let's keep it real. Keep it raw. We grown women. We could do this. So, first question. How do you feel about side chicks?
So, honestly, my honest opinion, I'm gonna be honest. My honest opinion, I've been, you know this.
Okay.
I've been on both sides of the fence, right?
Okay. Mhm.
And people judge me for it very, very bad.
Okay.
And I feel like I was like a super side. Like, it was crazy. But I honestly feel like I was young. I was younger. I was having fun. Those was my 20s. Those were some of the best years of my life. Do I regret it? No, not at all. I had fun. I was a child. I did what you're supposed to do, live and learn. Will I do it now at this moment in my life? No. I've evolved. Not for a man. I've evolved for myself as a woman.
Yeah.
So my daughter is older now. I would never want my daughter to grow up and feel like nothing like that
Yeah,
is
make the
normal
mistakes you made, whatever.
or regular. So I try to correct everything so my daughter can follow great footsteps. So yeah, like, how do I feel about it now in the stage of my life? It's like, it happens. I'm not an advocate for it anymore. I'm not an advocate for it. Let's say it.
When was your proudest moment?
It wasn't my proudest moment.
Okay.
It wasn't my darkest. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and make it seem like, girl, I would never do it. Like, I won't do it again moving forward. But if I could change back time, and would I go back? No.
Okay.
Those were some of the greatest years of my life. I had fun. I was 22, 23. I was.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, I feel like that's fair. Of course, like, you know, my take on it, I'm so anti-side bitches. I hate a side bitch. It's like, bitch, go get your own man. I don't want shit you hoes got. Like, that's just so me. Like, I always have my own boyfriend, and it be just like, leave my man alone.
Yes.
And I'm really like, y'all, I feel like I didn't have as much fun as I should have had. You get what I'm saying? I do.
Because you was always in those long-term
relationships. Right. I always
so now
had
that
a
you're an
boyfriend.
old lady.
Right. I feel like I live it like, damn, they was living life. They was outside.
Girl.
And I feel like I spent a lot of time like with a boyfriend and worrying about like, you know, being a good girl and this and that. And a lot of times I feel like me always trying to be like this good girl or like, oh, I ain't gonna do this and I ain't gonna do that. I feel like I missed out on a lot of fun, or, you know, I feel like I lost out on a little bit of time, or, you know, I don't know. I don't know if I should feel that way, but I do feel that way when I see my friends like, girl, we was doing this. We was having a ball. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, girl, I was home acting like a wife to an ungrateful boyfriend.
Literally friends who have consumed themselves in long-term relationships that now they're entering their 30s or they're in their early 30s and they don't know themselves.
Right.
Like, they don't know themselves outside of this relationship or outside of this man. And I just feel like I found myself. I know who I am. Like, it just, you know.
I feel like that was the way for you to find yourself. I feel like being in the long-term relationships and going through the different things that I was going through, I feel like that allowed me to figure out the things I like, the things I dislike, the things I want to deal with and not want to deal with. I feel like those things helped me learn myself. And I mean, it's different strokes for different folks. Right. Everything is for everybody. Like, everything ain't for me. For you, I probably couldn't handle all what you had been through to go through that, to go through what you went through. But for me, it's like, you know,
I feel like life was very great for me. I feel like I had it easier than girls that been living with their boyfriends, that been in these long-term relationships. Yeah. I feel like I had it better. So it was like, to me, it was a win-win. Like, I ain't crying that night. It was just a win-win. Like, so.
I mean, you know what? Your situation is like very rare. Like, it sometimes it really don't never be turning out like that for real. But in your situation, it's a rare situation. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like moving forward, I'm happy that you were able to look back on it and say that probably wasn't the best decision to do, or like I should, you know, moving forward, you know, try to be different. I be feeling like sometimes when certain things happen, like, dang, you could get your karma. I be worried about karma, or like I sometimes feel for the other women because I'm a girl's girl. Like, again, like I be like, dang, I feel bad. I don't want to do that. And sometimes it be like, bitches don't even be giving a fuck about you. Like, why would I care about it? You have that too, because somebody did do it to you, and you worry about everybody else.
But see, I don't really. Karma is not really a thing to me. Yeah. I'm one of those girls, like, you always see me post, God plan, not mine. Yeah. So whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. It was destined for me, or it's destined to go on like this. This is my purpose, and this is how it's gonna happen, because this is God plan, not mine. So.
Yeah, and I feel like God has always shown you favor. I've never seen you like down out really. Like, you've always seemed to be okay.
I have my days, but
yeah,
like I said,
you've always seemed to be pretty much okay. Like, and the fact that you do know God, and the fact that we are both God-fearing women or whatever, He definitely gonna always bring us through and make sure that, you know, we all right. We gonna always be all right, no matter what.
Yeah. I stand firm on that. On all 10 toes.
With a man, without a man.
Yes.
Like, that's important.
When it comes to me, you too. It's never a man. It's always God.
Always God. And that's one thing, like, I want people to know about me. It's like, through my journey and what I've been through and what I've overcome, I want everybody to know this is nothing but God's grace and mercy on my life that I've been able
He
to
saved you.
definitely save my life. So, I mean, it's nothing but God's grace and mercy that has brought me this far. So I'm super grateful, and no matter what, I'm going to always let people know, like, none of this is me, everything God. So,
Glory.
shout out to the Lord. So my next question is this. Okay. How you feel about wags? Would you consider yourself a wag? First of all, do you
When
consider
you say
yourself a
how
wag?
do I feel about it, like, are you saying how
The
do
term wag.
the
How you
term?
feel about it?
It's just like a term. Women and girlfriends of sports. Like, it's a cute term. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's cute too. Do you consider yourself a wag?
I don't really live up to titles, so it's
Okay.
like
So you don't live up to this titles. I mean,
I don't really live up to titles, but if that's people's perception of me.
you. Mhm.
But it really don't matter if they feel like I am. They feel like I am. I feel like I'm just me, Janaya. I feel like that is a title, as in itself. That is a brand.
Period. That's the brand. Okay. So, do you feel like? I feel like why didn't you consider you for wags? Would you have done a show like wags?
You know.
Why not?
You know that. Cause
I know. I'm just asking the question if people want to know.
Because I don't know. I'm just super shy. I don't like people in my private space. It took me a while to get where I am, to get like just guarded and protect. Cut that. Guarded and protecting my peace and my energy and all that. So I don't want to let people in. And I know
Disrupt what you work so hard for, your peace.
yeah, I just love what God gave to me and what He's doing for me. That I feel like what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
Like, I don't feel like I need to do extra stuff. So it's just kind of, but I love the show.
You like the show?
I feel like they picked the perfect cast.
Yeah.
I feel like it's up there. I feel like they picked the perfect cast.
I think that because you're so funny, you don't even know that you're funny like that. Like, but you very goofy.
Funny.
You're very funny, girl. I feel like you would have been a
person
person
caught on camera.
Girl. I feel like you would have been perfect for the show. I feel like you would have added something to the show. I think you would have added something. But I like the cast so far too. But I think you would have added something.
But it's fine. It's perfect the way it is.
What do you feel? How do you feel? Is it hard being a wag?
I feel like people just think I sit home with my feet kicked up, picking in my nose and online ordering all day. Like, literally, but I don't. Like, it takes a lot. Like, I gotta really be the brain, the muscle for other people every day.
Right.
My kids, everybody feeds off of me. Like, so, like, it be busy. I be busy. Busy. And people think I don't do nothing, but yes, it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard?
Yeah, it's hard. One thing I can say, it don't be hard when it comes to, like, infidelity and stuff like that. He makes it easy on that part. It's just hard. Like, my man said, call and be like, hey, I need you to do this. So I gotta drop everything and go. It's like, that's my job. Attending to my kids, my man.
So basically like a housewife, if you would.
Stay at home mom.
Stay at home mom.
That's my turn.
Stay at home mom.
I'm not married yet, but I'm claiming it.
You ready to be married?
We'll see. I'm 50-50 with marriage too. How do you feel about it? I'm 50-50 with marriage. How do you feel? I'm not forcing it, but
I'm ready to be married. I want my
I want my
last name drop, and I want my
baby
crack. I'm ready. I'm ready to have my husband and my kids. Like, I want to have more children and, be with my family. Like, I'm ready to be with my man. Like, again, I'm a lover girl. That's me. I am a hopeless romantic. I'm Delulu. I'm in La La Land. I'm in all that.
You are.
So I do want the dream wedding. I want to have my bridesmaids. Like, I want all that for myself. And I feel like we in our 30s now. I feel like at what point, how we going to keep walking around as adults, as women.
Understood.
Just saying like, oh, this is my boyfriend. This is my girlfriend. It sounds very juvenile. I feel like, we adults now. So it definitely needs to,
my fiance,
we need that. My fiance, my wife, like, what are we doing? And it's like, by the time we're together this long, it's like, you should know if you want to be with me or not. And then I feel like the commitment, it comes with a lot. Like, are you wanting to take care of me forever? Or are we going to do this for life?
Yeah, it's a lot.
So I do want to be married. So I'm more so on the, get married side.
And you want to have more kids?
I definitely want to have more kids. I love being a mom. I love kids, Janaya. You love kids too.
I like them.
You do? You love them.
But I don't want any more kids. For everybody who wants to know, I don't want any more kids. No. My daughter 11 years old. My daughter about to be 11 years old. That's my one and only. What I look like starting over? That is crazy. That is insane. That is delusional.
I mean, she can help you now. Like she at an age
No,
that she
I
can
can't be
help
burping nobody, messing up my hair and stuff.
you. Janaya.
No.
Oh my God. I would love to see you like pregnant and doing your fashion and your hair and all your stuff,
Girl, I'm not gonna be doing that.
I live for that.
Fat, and ugly.
No, I live for that. I can't wait
No.
to take my belly pics. I can't wait for my gender reveal. I want the whole nine. Like I want all of that.
Somebody better crack your eggs because it won't be mine.
Listen. Okay, another question. How do you feel about friends being there for friends in relationships?
I feel like everybody needs somebody. Like friends are closer to you than family most of the time because you talk to them more, you be with them more, they know you more inside and out. So I feel like when you going through such a vulnerable moment in your life, like going through it with a spouse is tough. I don't care what nobody say. That is tough. Like a breakup is tough.
Tell me about it.
I just feel like you just want people to comfort you, but people do get tired sometimes when you turn around and you run back. You turn around and you run back. You turn around and you run back. But I'm the type of friend, like, in my head, I'd be like, this bitch is dumb. But I'd be like, yeah, girl, it's up to you. Like, I'm on what you want.
I feel
I'm on
like
what you want. You wanna go back? Go back. Cause can't nobody tell me to leave my man.
yeah, nobody can tell me to leave my.
So it's like
you know me. You know I
Yeah.
missed 100 chances, but I feel like a lot of
million.
times a million. Okay, and I feel like my friends when I was going through. I think a lot of my friends say like, bitch.
do you feel like I was like, be honest, be honest.
You definitely did me like that. You definitely did. At first, I ain't gonna lie, I was going through some shit. You did pull up for me one time. Like, you was like on two wheels. Like, I was like,
No, that was
you
different.
did.
Arie,
But
that was like crazy.
I
That
know.
was
I went through some
toxic.
crazy stuff. I did have a very toxic relationship. And I feel like a lot of my friends left me and it really hurt my feelings. And I feel like,
I'm sorry.
and I feel like nobody knows what it's like to be in such a toxic relationship. And then, like, you feel very alone. And it really bothered me and it hurt me. And I was like on top of already what I was going through.
Right.
So I feel like I do understand that it can be draining for your friends to see you going through something because your friends care about you, your friends love you or whatever. But it's like nobody ever, I feel like that's the time when I need my friends the most. The people that care about you, people that love you. It's like, like I will say my best friend, like my best friend Tardra, that girl, she was like, bitch, you back? Okay, something going down. She walking through the door. What's up? What's going on in here? Like it was like, and then she was like,
She
girl,
didn't get tired. She never got tired.
And she probably was tired, but she stuck it out with me, and I'm forever grateful for her for that. I feel like if I didn't have her, I don't know. I just don't know how it would have went because again, when you're going through all of your family, your friends, it's like it was a very lonely, dark time,
Right,
or whatever. And I thank God that God gave her the strength to help me through that time. But I do wish that more of my friends were more supportive of me during that time because it was a dark time. But it is what it is.
And
but
you
I prevailed,
good.
and I
you came out
did.
good. You look good. But what you went through, you supposed to be crazy right now. You supposed to be drove crazy.
I had a time, yes.
Yeah,
I did.
you prevailed, and I'm so happy for you, and I'm so grateful to see you in a better space. And like I could just, like I just love it for you. I'm loving it
Thank
for you.
you.
You know how you see me and be like, I love it for you. Now I can transfer the energy. I love it for you, like because then I would be like, what happened today, bitch?
Right. I feel like, yeah, that's true. I mean, your friends want to see you doing well, and they want better for you. And all the time, sometimes when you come around and you got that type of energy, it's like, now this bitch done made my day bad. Like, you get what I'm saying? Or you constantly hearing your friend and her boyfriend arguing. It's like, you get what I'm saying? So I get it. I get both ends of how it can make someone feel, or like.
But
how
yeah, that was
draining.
that was never my intentions, or that wasn't my place to judge you or make you feel like you were making a bad decision. It's like it's life. We do it. Like it's never easy. Nothing good is never easy.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So it's
easy,
like, but it brought you to a great place. You know what you want. You know what you accepting. You know what you deserving of, and I love to see it. Like literally, when I see you now, and I ain't gonna tell your tea.
Don't tell me.
But when I see you now doing your thing, Arie, I'm so happy for you. Like,
Yeah, I could say, and I am in a better space, and I am happy, and I do feel
you
better.
did a 180. That don't happen for people.
It really don't. It could take you out. Like what I went through, it could take you out. And I could say, what I want people to know, when you're going through anything, like at all, like, you know, in relationships where you're taking less than what you deserve, you have to really learn to love yourself. I could say that during those times, I probably didn't love myself as much as I should have loved myself. And now I love myself, like everything about myself, like even my flaws or like the things that I used to probably feel insecure about. I've learned to love every part of me.
Right.
And then sometimes I could say, like, why do like girls keep going back? And I couldn't understand at that moment why. Right. But it was like, because you didn't feel like you deserved anything better.
Right. But you know, loving yourself is a learning game.
Yeah.
Because as Black girls, we don't grow up being taught like to put ourselves first. So it's all a learning game. We learn as we fail.
Yeah. We learn as we fail.
Obviously, we tough enough to get back up and keep it moving, but with being Black, that's how we learn.
Yeah.
From failure.
Yeah. And then we only know what we see and what we're around. And it's like, we see toxicity all around us.
That's normal. People praise it.
People praise it and they love it and they glorify it, and I hate that.
Like you know, if he don't pull my wig off, he don't love me. I'm like,
what? Until you really get a nigga that's gonna pull your wig off for real, like snatch the roots out your head. Now you looking crazy. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like now I've learned to love myself so much more, and I think that any woman that is in a relationship where a man is just not treating you well, baby, look in the mirror, love yourself, and pray your way through it. It's like you literally gotta pray your way through it. Like, fight your way through it. Ask God for the strength. And that's what I had to do in my situation. And I've grown so much from then. And when I look back at that myself now, it's like, bitch, why you let me go through all that? Why you ain't say nothing?
What I did.
you know, it'd be like, y'all ain't say nothing. Y'all was looking,
but you took great accountability. You would be like, I know. I used to be like, you deserve better. You used to be like, I know, Janiyah. Like,
I know.
2 weeks later, outside having the ball, I'm like,
it was like, I don't know. You know, and we're growing, we're learning, we getting better, and you know, now nobody can't, like, a nigga can't, nah.
You can be blinded by like the enemy, the devil.
The devil, yeah,
the devil. Blinded. You were completely blinded.
I was completely blinded, but now I feel like I know what I deserve, and I ain't playing with nobody. Nobody can't play with me.
Yeah.
This time around, can't nobody play with me.
Because you were extremely too much of a lover girl. It was like a lover girl meets a city girl.
It was like a lover girl meets, yeah. I was
too much of a lover girl.
I was like, okay, he eventually gonna change,
But you know, some people bring that out of you. Cause how I am about my man, I have never been about like that about anyone.
Right.
I'm not giving him no pass, cause I'm not letting him skate, cause then he gonna start sliding.
Right.
And then,
but I think too, when you let a man do that, how would they ever grow? It's like when you leave from the situation, now all parties involved, it'd be like, wait, everybody was tripping. Yeah. You know, now this person like, damn, okay, she really loved, like, wait, I need to check myself and see what I could do better. So I think now when I look back,
some niggas be so big of a narcissist that they feel like nothing ain't wrong with them. You was the problem.
You know what? But I think in my situation, I feel like once I got out of it, all parties involved was just like, damn, that like shit was kind of crazy really because, you know, I'm not really like, you're not the most terrible person in the world. And
but
like,
I don't really think he was a bad person, to be honest.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't a bad person, but I think it was just a toxic situation.
He was cool.
He's cool.
But what I can say is,
some people don't like love.
You brung out.
I brung out
a different type of love in him.
A different type of love in him.
Like,
yeah. He was crazy.
His grown woman love that made him insane. Yeah.
It was. I think that's what it was. And he didn't know how to control the bedroom boom. You know.
I got this grown lady.
She. You know, but I think. Yeah, I probably did bring that out.
Because I don't want to make it seem like he's a horrible person.
No, he's not a horrible person. And I do think that since the situation, like after I communicated with him after that, I do think that he's evolving. I feel like sometimes you got to separate so people can grow and all parties involved can see where they went wrong and how you could be better. So, you know, again, we hard girls over here. We don't want to bash people. We want to make sure, you know, we shine a light on everybody and make sure, you know, it's all good. But I was having a time.
You were.
We go. I was having a time.
That was a Lifetime movie.
That was definitely a Lifetime movie, for sure. Is there anything that you want to address or touch on? Like, what's something that you just want to address, something that you just want to get out there, you want the people to know.
Wait, I'm trying to see what would I like to address. You go first. This is your show.
But you the guest.
Yeah.
What?
Since you've been asking me so many questions, it's my turn. Let me ask you some questions.
What?
So, how do you feel about your career? This is what I've been wanting to know this. I've been wanting to ask you this. I feel like you are very good. I feel like you can sing very good. I feel like you're motivated and you're determined to be like this big singer. What do you feel like is standing in your way? What's the problem?
I feel like, I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like before, I think going through all the things that I was going through before, I feel like I did definitely let that distract me and, stop me from moving forward. I wasn't focused. You get what I'm saying? Right. I think that I was not as focused as I should have been. And, I had a lot of people around me that I felt like weren't meant to be with me or wasn't meant to go with me.
Right.
And I feel like I had to learn things. Like, being in the business, being in this business, I've learned so much, and I've had so many like heartbreaks. They're like people I thought that were for me, so many people lying, stealing, different things like that, not properly crediting me. It's like I had to go, God took me through so much so that I can learn. So, and I feel like now I'm ready. Like, I feel like right now I've never been more ready.
So another question, would you ever change your profession? Like, I know a lot of people, they start off as singers, but it just, for some reason, they either don't want to be in the limelight or it just doesn't work out for them, but they change their profession and become this great ghostwriter. I know you write your own music. Your songs is always fire. Have you ever thought about being a ghostwriter?
I feel like I do want to write for other people, but I think I love to be on stage. I love to perform. Like, you've been in like my shows or whatever. Like, when I get on stage, I probably like be like a different person. But like, look at Arie. Like, she up there cutting up. Like, I love to be on stage. I love to perform. I think those are the things that I love about it. I love to be in the studio creating, and I do love to hear people hear my music and like hear people singing along to my songs. Like, I'm very passionate about it, and I feel like now that I'm more focused, I feel like I just had to lock in with myself. You get what I'm saying? Like, after everything, after I was able to like get past all the crazy stuff that I had been through, I was able to lock in and like, you know what? I ain't finna give up. For me, there is no plan B. This is the only plan. Like, you get what I'm saying? And the only way that I'm gonna know for sure that it's gonna happen, I can't give up. As long as I don't give up, something gonna shake. Like, that's just how I feel. And I feel like, I made my promise to God. I pray about this, and the way that things have been falling in place for me this go round, everything God ordained. Everything is going exactly the way that it's supposed to. And I don't regret like going through. It's like, dang, she supposed to been blue by now. Right. I hear people say that all the time. And I get it. I get people feel like I'm supposed to been blue by now. But for me, it's like that wasn't what God had for me. Like, he wanted me to wait a little bit. He wasn't ready.
This is your journey. This is your plan.
Sometimes, like, I think back then I wasn't ready. Right. You get what I'm saying? I think now I'm ready because I wasn't prepared for like if God put it in my lap, the record deal right in my lap. I wasn't prepared. I feel like now every day I wake up and I'm determined. I do something towards my career. I'm planning. I'm preparing myself for my blessing. Before I didn't work hard enough before. Why was I deserving when there's so many people out here working 10 times harder than me? Right. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like now that I'm working hard, I could cherish it more. I could, make sure that I take care of the blessings that God gives me. So this go round, like, it's gonna happen, and I know it's gonna happen. And I'm just, look, we even here, whole podcast. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're very creative. I think you're a really creative person. Why don't you make more content? Get yourself more exposure. Like, it's so many.
But that's why we having a HeartGirl Unfiltered podcast. We doing the content.
And I'm talking, but it's so many bags you can have your hand in, Arie, because you're really creative, you're really motivated. Yeah. And you can just get it done. And I know you like, bruh.
And this is a start.
I'm telling you this.
But this is a start, though. Like, that's why I say the podcast, I really wanted to do this because I wanted people to see my personality or really get to know me or, like, what's my perspective, because people can only assume if they don't know. So now, like, I'm right in y'all face. Y'all can't see me. Y'all can't help but see me. But, again, it's like, when you people have to take you serious too. It's like when I'm posting and stuff like that, I need you want to see more engagement. It's like people not gonna take you serious or like really engage or really share or follow. It's like until they feel like, okay, she dead ass serious.
Right.
Because we from Miami, ain't nobody gonna really like give it to you. Like you
gotta get it
you
out the
gotta
mud.
get it out the mud. Nobody in Miami just gonna give it to you. Where we from, it's not like that. Like they could see you working. They could be laughing like, child, she swear she finna be child moving forward. Like,
So
you know what
why
I'm saying?
I see people all the time. I read their stories and they talk about they moved away with 500 in a dream. L.A., New York,
Yeah.
ATL. You never thought about just like.
But I did. Remember, I moved to Atlanta. I got up and I moved to Atlanta.
I just feel like that was a dark time in your life too. So you couldn't take.
Right. I really couldn't take full advantage of what was
Yes,
going on. And
yes.
I still was distracted. That's why I say at this point in my life, I feel like I'm not distracted. Like my lane is clear. Like, everything that I'm doing moving forward, I'm letting God order my steps. I'm just strictly following exactly what God wants for me to do. So far, so good. I've been doing exactly what God has been telling me to do. And it's been working so far, so good. I just dropped a new song, Infatuated. You like it? How you feel about it?
I'm so infatuated.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I like
you
that song.
infatuated? Are you infatuated?
Completely.
Okay. That song came
What
from a
about you?
place-
Are you infatuated?
I am.
You are?
I could say that I am. Like,
You
it
got a
feels
boyfriend?
great. Deny it. Like,
Do you have? What is your relationship status?
what's my relationship status? I mean,
Figuring it out.
figuring it out. Like, we figuring it out. Like, the status, but another thing too, you can't always tell people what you got going on.
Okay.
Because one thing about it, people don't want to see you with nothing. Like, they
Tell
can't
me about it.
stand to see you with anything. So, and I feel like a lot of times when people feel like you happy or you having or you having your way or you doing something, a lot of times people want to take that from you. And I try not to like make it my main focus because again, I just want to stay focused the way I am.
Right. You don't want that to take
I don't
control
want
of
that
you.
to take control. I don't try to make that like
Because I know what
the
you can
top
do in
priority.
love.
Yes, I'm crazy. Like I'm literally delusional. So I try not to.
I be seeing that post. They be like, I've been in love with my man since day 2, and people be like, since 2 hours. I be like, Ari.
Yeah, 2 minutes, like from the time I met you. So yeah, of course. So that's definitely me. So I feel like the last thing we're gonna play a game.
Okay.
And
What kind of game is this though?
okay, so we're gonna play a game of this or that. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Scammer, drug dealer.
Neither a professional.
I agree. I hate.
But
I can't stand.
I gotta do this or that. Or can
Yeah, I mean,
keep
do this or that. If you had to choose right now.
I'm single.
I really can't
will be
choose between
single.
that.
Me
too.
neither.
Like
Not
I don't
no more.
like.
I don't see that. I can't even look into it. When I be like, the girls that be so
Scammers are
happy running around
sassy.
with the scammers.
It's like I got a scammer. Da, 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 da. Like I can't. Like scammers. They more sassy.
To be honest, I never really had a
Drug dealer.
experience, so I couldn't even judge that. What about you?
From what I hear, drug dealers are. Did I talk to a drug dealer before? I think he sold weed, so like I don't know if that counts. He sold weed back when we was young.
He a corner boy.
But I think drug dealers they more down to earth. I feel like drug dealers probably more down to earth. They probably more real niggas. Like I feel like scammers they a bit sassy and sometimes they like.
But I really want the girls to tap into the professional side.
No, seriously. I think once you get a guy that has accomplished a lot
And
and
he
is
does
successful,
not have to be an athlete.
No.
He can be an engineer. He
a
can
lawyer,
be
anything.
Yeah, a
that's-
pilot.
Yeah.
Somebody who's a professional, like a lawyer or attorney.
Mhm.
Them the same things, but
9 to 5 guys ain't nothing wrong with a 9 to 5 guy. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know about that 9 to 5. I'm just kidding.
I'm saying, but those are professional jobs like 9 to 5.
Even a
So-
correction officer. No, for real.
No, I'm saying
TSA workers.
Listen, all that is cool. Like I don't have no problem with none of that. I feel like a man with a job, like he know what he want, and that's stability.
Yeah,
like,
it's
that's
all
what we
about
looking for.
what
It's all about
the-
stability.
Yeah, and the status that you want to choose from. But yeah.
And you can always grow.
You
I
can.
feel like one thing about people they need to realize you can always grow. 9 to 5 don't mean nothing. You can always grow.
You can.
Booby Trap or Club 24.
Club 24 for sure. And when you go to Club 24, ask for Fat Boy. That's my boy.
I'm gonna say
You like it?
I like Club 24 too, but I had more funner times at Booby Trap.
Because it's been out longer. You can't compare that. You barely go out.
That's true. I'm in the house. I'm a homebody.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But
Don't
Club
ask me.
24 it got Miami on lock right now.
I do. I'm going to say Club 24 is popping right now.
I would compare Club 24 to The Office.
Okay.
It's
I
like
get
the
it.
modern Office. The Office died down, but 24 is like the modern Office. I like that place.
Don Julio or Patron?
I like Patron, Silver, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I know my girls love to put the Dawn on their head, but it blacked me out. I think I'm getting too old.
I'm a Don Julio girl. I'm going to stick with Don. I like Don. I not drink Patron too, but I'm more of a Don Julio girl. Missionary back shots.
No comment. I would never talk about my sexual life on camera.
But I'm saying for your best friend, if it was a friend, like,
You asking me what should you do?
yeah, like if you wanted me to do something right now, what would you tell me to do?
Ari, go home and do missionary because you pretty. Make that nigga look you in your eyes.
I would tell you to do the same. Do missionary.
I'm not doing any of that.
Okay, and 800 credit score or 3 million?
Get my $3 million. I could buy an $800 credit score.
Yeah, I think 3 million. That's like the obvious choice, just because you can just pay to get your credit fixed.
The credit
And
repair
then-
people be like $1,500. That's the good ones too.
The good ones,
They
too.
got some ones out here that cost $500 that'll get you right.
Listen,
but
I'm
I get
already knowing.
with $3 million, I will pay the $1,500.
Yeah, of course.
My credit score gonna be at 840.
Listen, you could fix that. Money, you could get it. 3 million. That could set you up.
Yeah.
That could set you straight. Okay.
And I don't want the girls to come on here like they so slow. They should have.
They stupid. We don't know what's going
It's
on.
just our
Opinion,
preference.
just our opinion.
Yeah.
If y'all know something else, let us know. Okay. So now tell everybody where they can find you. What's your social medias?
I've checked out of social media. I don't have any anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
So how
No.
what? I was about to say you talk. This is exclusive. What happened? I was like, what? How we finna do this?
No. On social media, I am Janaya. That's just. I don't have no nickname.
So it's just Janaya on social media.
Yeah, Janaya.
All socials is Janaya. Okay.
Just go look for me on Instagram. Nowhere else.
And you guys can find me on all social media platforms at I am Big Arie. That's IAMBIGARIE on all social media platforms. On Facebook, it's Arie the Artist. You can find me on iTunes under Big Arie. Make sure y'all tap in, stream my new single, Infatuated. It's going to take y'all all the way to the summer. So thank you guys for joining me and my girl Janaya on this episode of HeartGirl Unfiltered. Bye.
Quick question though, Ari. Would you put me on a song? Would you let me sing on a song with you?
Of course.
Okay. Remember she said that.